Hello friends, in this video we are going to be using make.com to build a very simple automation. So if you want to learn this tool to automate part of your work or sell AI workflows to your clients, then this is the right tutorial for you. And it is already broken into parts, so feel free to jump into any part that you like throughout this video. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it. So this is the simple workflow we are going to be building, and this is a lead qualification workflow, which means that for every new lead we save to our database, we are going to qualify. If his budget or her budget is more than 500, then we are going to work with him, and if not, we will tell them sorry, we cannot work with you or you are not qualified. So this is called lead qualification. So you will need it if you are working as an automation agency, so you sell services. So lead qualification is a very huge part of that. So this is exactly what we are going to learn in this video, and by the end of it I will share with you another video that is more advanced, that takes this simple workflow to a more advanced and more realistic example. So let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial. So the first step we are going to take here is to build a form, and we are going to be using Tally. So I will leave the links to all the tools we are going to be using today down in the description. So we click on new form, and then we give it a name. So this is the title, and we are going to click on enter to start from scratch. So here, as you can see, to insert a block you have to add /, and then we are going to choose short answer, which stands for a simple answer like first name or second name. So let's name this one first name, and now we have first name. And if you want to make it required, you can just click there and turn it on and off, and you can change any settings that you like max color characters or anything like that. So if you want to add second name, just click here. So when the cursor changes to like this, not this, so this one clicks inside the text field. So when you click here, that's where you can add the other component or block. So again, / and short answer, and you can add second name, and second name is not required in our case. Then I'll click here again and add email, and email is actually required. All right, then I'll come down here again, click here and say number. So it's going to be the budget. So for each client, he or she will enter a budget, and based on the budget we are going to qualify or disqualify that particular lead. And in case you want the phone number, you can again click here / and say phone, and then write phone number right there. And last but not least, we want to have this client or lead giving us more details about what they want from our business. So we click again here, and this time we choose long answer, and then we ask them for additional notes. So now that we have our form ready, we can just hit publish, and Tally will give us a link that we can use later. So now please, you can pause the video right now, go ahead, build your own form in Tally, so you can come back and continue with me in the next part. Now after we have built our form inside of Tally, now we are going to be using Airtable, where we are going to be saving all of our data. For example, if someone signs up using our form, we're going to save their data here inside of Airtable. So Airtable is not something fancy, it's like Google Sheet on steroids. This is what they call it, because it has a lot of things that surpasses Google Sheets abilities. So let's actually click here on create, and then we are going to click on build an app on our own. So an app here is just like a base. No, don't worry, it's not going to be building any an entire app for you, but this helps you just save your data. And as you can see, it's like similar to Google Sheet. So I'm going to click on these two, right click here and delete all selected records. So you see here we have a bunch of columns, or what they are called here inside of Airtable fields. So let's start first by clicking here and change the name to lead space, and then we click here on the table and we rename the table to lead. So make sure to keep everything organized. And now what we are going to be doing is delete all these fields because we actually don't need them. Now after you have deleted all the fields, you can just click on the first one and just make sure it matches the forms you have inside of your form inside Tally. So we have first name. Now we click here and choose a single line text, and then call it second name. So then click on create field, and for the email field we just search email, they already have it there, and here we write email, and then we click on create field. And for the phone number we can just say phone, they already have it there, and we give it a name. Then again click on create field, and now it's time for the budget. So click there and search for currency and call it budget. Of course you can change any settings that you like based on what you want, but we try to keep it simple. So then go ahead, click on create field. So finally we need the notes, we need a long text, and they call it notes. So now click on create field, and now we still have two custom fields that we need here, and the first one is going to be for the time when this row is being created. So click here and search for created, then click on created time, and then call it created on. So go ahead and click on create field, and now we're going to be adding a new column that is called contacted on, so the time we contacted this particular lead. So I can click here and search for date, and then call it contacted on. And if you want to include time which is necessary, you just click here on include time, then click on create field. So this is a very important field. We're going to be looking at why this is important, and without this field our scenario or our automation workflow will not work. So right now let's actually go ahead and see how we can connect our form here inside of Tally to our base inside of Airtable. So in order to connect Tally to Airtable, we want to first go to workspaces and select our form, and then we are going to click on integration. So here we are going to see Airtable. So by the way, I'm using the same Google account. Using that account, I am logged into Airtable and Tally at the same time, so this makes it easier and very organized. So I highly recommend you do so. So click on connect. Now Tally will try to log into Airtable. All right, so here you will see your account, or you can just click on reconnect, click on login into Airtable, and now they are logged in because as I told them using the same Google account. So here you can add a certain base. So let's say you want Charlie to only access your lead base, nothing more, you can do so. Or if you want to grant access to everything, you can click add all resources. Right, so we only need lead base, click on grant access. So it will take some time. So now it is connected very easily, and you can check this by clicking on the base, and you see now your base is here right inside Tally. So click on the base, and we only have one table, and now we have to connect the fields, first name to the first name, then second name to the second name, and you can connect all the fields to their equivalent inside of your table inside of Airtable. All right, and here we are missing one field, which is the notes field. So which is tell us more about your needs, and it has to be linked to the notes. So once you are done, click on connect with Airtable, and now you are going to be successfully connected to Airtable. So we have successfully connected these two. So now let's actually go ahead and move on to make.com, where we can build this automation. So here we are inside of make.com, and the first thing we're going to be doing here is to click on open scenario builder, and now we have our scenario, which is of course empty. So the first thing we have to do is to have a trigger. So when this workflow will be triggered, it's when something is added to Airtable. So if someone signs up, let's say through our form here in Tally, that will be saved directly inside of Airtable, and for every new row saved inside of Airtable, we are going to execute this particular row. We are going to send emails, notify our sales team, or do all of that stuff. So the trigger happens when something is added inside of Airtable. So this is very crucial to understand. So we click here and we'll go to Airtable, and then we have to click on watch records, which is it is checking for when a new record is being added to your Airtable base. So we click there, and then we have to click on create a connection. So make should be connected to Airtable. So click there and choose token or key. So then choose personal token key, and here you will have to add your Airtable token. So how do you get that? So click on here on Airtable, then click here, click on your account, then go to developer hub and create token, and create a new token and call it make.com or whatever you want, and then click on add scopes, and you want to go to data record write and data record write, and this one was read, sorry for that. So then you go to schema do the same. So now you can allow make.com to read and write things from from Airtable. So then you are going to add your base. So we only care about the lead base, not everything. So click on create token. So copy it, go back here, and then paste your token right there. Click on save. So now you are going to be establishing a good connection with Airtable, and it was successful. Now since Make will be looking for new records added to our Airtable, we have to tell it the base. So we have the base, and inside of it we have our leads table. So the trigger field is the created time, which is what we created. So this field is what Make will use to see if a row is new or old. So for example, if you have added new rows inside of your table, then Make will execute them, will send emails, will contact them, that's it. And if a row is old, it has already been contacted and it has already been processed, then Make will ignore it. So how do Make knows if a row is new or old? It is by using this particular created on field, which is, as I told you, automatically. So whenever you add a new row here inside of Airtable, then the date when that row has been added will be saved here, which will be so helpful for Make to split the old and the new rows. Hopefully that was clear. So the lead label, you can label them by name, email, company, or whatever. So we choose first name, and we just click on save, and then we click from now on. All right, so this is the trigger. So what happens after after a new row is being created? So now the next step is to send an email to this particular lead based on their budget. So if their budget was above $500, $500, then we are going to contact them and alert our sales team to talk to them and try to convert them. And if their budget is below 500, so we are going to tell them, hey, no, we can't work with you, but we are not going to be talking to our sales team. So we click here and we add a router. So there, so here, in case they were above, one, like a $500 or whichever is the threshold, and here is where they were below it. So here, if we want to actually send an email to the right to a qualified lead, we can just click on add filter, it says add filter. So this flow that was going to be on the top is going to match for those who, like, with the budget above $500. So we can call them qualified leads. And here in the condition, we are going to go with the budget that has to be greater than or equal to 500. All right, so we click on save. So only this is for qualified leads, and this one is the same but for unqualified leads. So again, we set the budget and then we click here and we go down to numeric comparison. So we have less than 500. Then click on save. So now we have made the first step, which is add the trigger and the router. Now the next step will be to add the actual operations, which is what we are going to be doing in the next step. So right now, let's actually do the real operation. So first of all, we're going to send an email to this person who is qualified. So click there and we send an email. All right. So we have to connect it to our Google account, and you can just click on sign in with Google. So if you want to use your Google account, click there, click on continue, click on continue. So now it will be actually connected, and they will give you a date. So by 26 June 2026, you have to remake this connection or just reset it again. All right. So for the subject line, we are going to say we are happy to work with you, and the body type will be just a collection of contact. So we have here the body. We can have multiple bodies, but to keep it simple, we want to have only one body. All right. So click there, and it's going to be a text. So we will type something like hi, and then we are going to drag the first name right here. So say hi John or hi Muhammad or whatever. We hope you are doing well. We have received your request, blah blah blah. So you can say whatever you like, and once you are done, you just click on save. So here we have a problem because we forgot the recipient who we are going to be sending this email to. So the email is going to be that person who has been added. So we click email, we drag it there, so then we click on save. Now everything's going to work fine, but then later we have to notify our sales team. So let's imagine I am the sales guy, so let's notify myself. So we click here, we add Gmail and send an email. So we already have a connection again, so the recipient is going to be me. So I have add my email. Now I can go ahead and add my subject line, and then we can format our body the way we would like, and then once we are done, we click on save. So now we have our workflow for qualified leads, and right here we can again do the same thing, and we're going to be sending an email to that disqualified lead. And once we are done with the formatting the body of the email we want to send to this unqualified lead, we click on save, and this is exactly the entire workflow we have to build here. So right now, let's actually go ahead and test this workflow. So right now, to test this workflow, just click here on save, so you can save all the changes, and here's what's going to happen. So when it comes to testing here, so I have just added a few extra rows here. Let me delete them. Right now here, let me actually go ahead and add a real row by filling all the informations here. So once we are done, we are going to click on submit. So back here inside of make, we are going to click on run once to see what's going to happen. And by the way, we already have the budget that is $3,200 and the time by when that was actually created. So let's click here, click on run once, so it will test. So here, since now we are qualified, we went down this path. So let's check our emails. So I must have see here, like it's at the same time here, they told me that a new lead have been added to your schedule, contact them ASAP. And when I open the other one here, I have received an email that tells me, hey, we are happy to work with you. All right. Now, when it comes to the other way around, where we have someone who is not qualified, by the way, we forgot to add when we have contacted the lead. All right, so we can choose here Airtable, and we can say update record. They will ask us for the base and then the table, and we want to actually so the ID is this one here. All right, we want to update only the contact on, so we send them an email and we have to update. So this should have been here, but it's okay. So contact on, and we go here. No, we have to go to the date and say no. All right, so click on Then once you are done, click save, and then you just do the same here. Choose Airtable and then update record, and then of course you go ahead, choose your base as well as your table. So once you are done, you can go down to contact it on, go down here and choose now and click on save. And by the way, don't forget the ID, it's very important. The ID is right there, so click on save, and now you have everything right. So let's actually go ahead, try to add a lead that has less than $500 in their budget. So now I have added this lead that is clearly not qualified, so click on submit. So once it is submitted, now we already have it here. So and the time it was actually created on. So now let's click on run once. So let's see what's gonna happen. So we went down this path. See here, we contact that, and then we actually added when we have contacted that particular person. So we click here. So in our sales team, we haven't received anything, but as a customer, they told us we have received your request, and unfortunately you are not qualified for our services. All right, so now it is working fine, and when we go to Airtable, we can actually see when we have contacted them. This is exactly all you need to know when it comes to make.com. There are quite a lot of things to learn along the way, so this was just for beginner's guide. If you want to take this particular workflow to the next level, make sure to watch the next video that I will be linking down below. It's an advanced make.com tutorial. And keep in mind, we are going to be making a lot of videos just about make, because it does more than what you have just learned today. So thank you so much for watching. So make sure to watch the next tutorial, which is more advanced than this one, and you can find it in the description down below. And if you want to get in touch with me for any purpose, you will find my LinkedIn and my email also down in the description.